The Middle East may be standing on the edge of a much bigger war, and behind closed doors, Iran has just presented demands that the United States may never accept. From nuclear red lines, to control over the Strait of Hormuz, and guarantees involving Hezbollah, these secret negotiations could reshape the future of the entire region. But the biggest question is this the beginning of peace, or the countdown to another major conflict? Here's a polished cinematic YouTube narration version of your text for a faceless war news channel. Iran-US tensions escalate as major sticking points emerge. Tensions in the Middle East continue to rise, as Iran delays its response to a US-backed proposal aimed at ending the regional conflict. According to Mohammad El-Mazrah, Tehran's hesitation may be a calculated strategy. One possibility, he says, is that Iran wants to project strength and show that it still holds leverage in the negotiations. Another possibility is that Iranian officials are carefully reviewing the proposal behind closed doors, debating key conditions before delivering an official response. El-Mazrah also pointed out the sharp contrast in diplomatic styles between Washington and Tehran. The United States, particularly under President Donald Trump, has often pushed for rapid deal-making and immediate results. Iran, however, is approaching the situation differently. Its negotiators are experienced in long-term geopolitical bargaining and reportedly believe that any agreement will require patience, multiple phases, and complex regional guarantees. Meanwhile, at the United Nations, Omid Yildiz strongly condemned Israel's actions in the occupied Palestinian territories. Speaking on behalf of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation during a UN Security Council meeting, Yildiz accused Israel of escalating violence through settlement expansion, annexation plans, settler attacks, and violations at Islamic and Christian holy sites, particularly Al-Aqsa Mosque. He also condemned the demolition of Palestinian homes and the forced displacement of families, calling for an immediate halt to what he described as illegal actions. At the center of the crisis now lies Iran's newly proposed three-phase plan. According to Iranian sources, the first phase would involve 30 days of negotiations aimed at permanently ending the war across all fronts, including involving Hezbollah in Lebanon. But this demand presents a major challenge for Washington. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio recently stated that Hezbollah's future cannot be dictated by Iran. Still, Tehran insists that members of what it calls the Axis of Resistance must receive international guarantees as part of any final agreement. Iran is also demanding guarantees that the war will never resume. And here's where negotiations become even more complicated. Tehran wants those guarantees to come directly from the United Nations Security Council, something the United States may struggle to secure politically. Another major sticking point is the Strait of Hormuz. Iran reportedly wants the lifting of U.S. sanctions and the reopening of maritime trade routes, but it also insists that the strategic balance in the region has permanently changed. Iranian officials are signaling that Tehran intends to maintain strong control over the Strait of Hormuz, moving forward a position likely to alarm both Washington and Gulf nations. And perhaps the biggest obstacle of all, Iran refuses to dismantle its nuclear facilities or export its enriched uranium stockpiles. These unresolved disputes remain the central barriers preventing a broader agreement and could determine whether the region moves toward diplomacy or deeper conflict. If you want, I can also turn this into *, a more dramatic cinematic script *, a short-form YouTube Shorts version *, a CNN/BBC-style newsroom narration, *, a high-retention storytelling script *, or a voiceover script with pauses and emphasis marks for AI narration too. Like 11 Labs, https://11labs.io. UTM_source =ChatGPT.com